Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have a Legend Series Marvel Studios, the first 10 years, and this is Iron Man from the Avengers. And this figure I've been waiting to get a hold of. It's just been mainly a lot of QC issues with every single one that I picked up, and finally Amazon had it for like $14 or something like crazy, and I'm like, I can't say no to it. I'll take the risk. And this one didn't show up too bad. So it comes in that first 10 year style packaging. It's got the sort of like the glossy and the matte labels on the top. We got a bunch of artwork right here, sort of blocking it. And I guess you get these and you put them in sequential order or whatever, and they all form like a giant image, I guess, for you inbox collectors. And then on the side, it does have a lot of information. Some more read-up information on the back. And then the movie poster of the Avengers right there. So not too bad. Not a bad looking box. Let's get Iron Man out of the package. Iron Man out of the package is very, very impressive. A very, very impressive Iron Man indeed. He comes with some accessories. He does come with two effects that we're overly familiar with, but I'm okay with getting more of these. We got some of these orange, I guess, blaster effects. We've seen them in different colors and all that good stuff. I'm okay with these. We can use these for multiple different types of situations, like guns, boosters, jetpacks, all that crazy stuff. So I'm okay with these. Then he comes with a pair of hands. Now he is wearing one of each hands out of the box, so you do get two fisted hands. So this will focus here. Has the bending wrist. Armor looks so good. Very, very good. I like it's shiny. Hands are a different type of plastic. I really, really like it. Then we get a repulsor blast hand, and it has a lot of good detail to it. It's a hand we've seen, I think, pretty much before. Same idea with the plastic. You got the glossy for the armor. Fingers not so glossy. But one thing that does bug me is look at that wrist. Now it's angled right, but what do you guys see? It is missing a joint. They are cutting back on these articulations in the wrist. I remember we used to get Iron Man with these hands and you could bend them and everything, do all these different poses. This is already pre-posed. Nothing more you can get out of it. Wah, wah, wah. So that's a disappointment. Especially when it's a first 10 years figure. So let's go ahead and really get into his articulation. So the head itself, you know, you can look down that far. Look up that far. You get the full, you know, left, right. Like you can basically go all the way around. A little bit of attitude. Shoulders have some give, so you can actually get his arms angled up this far. Double jointed elbow. Wrist rotation, no bend in this hand, but you do get a bend in that hand. So very awesome. He has like an ab crunch, sort of. You can lean forward a little bit. You can lean back so far due to the backpack. No waist swivel. You can do the splits this far. Then he can actually do a nice kick, double jointed knees, ankle bend, and you get the pivot. So you get all the articulation you really want in a Marvel Legend. I was really surprised there's no like waist swivel or anything like that. And there is some extra articulation, but we'll get into it when I get into the details of this figure and why I do think this is the ultimate Iron Man for anybody's collection. I feel like this is the best Iron Man out there. So It does have its QC issue, and the big thing is it's the eye. See how it has that blotch of blue? It's supposed to be blue like so. That blotch of blue ends up getting up on the front of the forehead right above the brow. So it's disappointing. That's one of the issues. Another issue you always got to look out for is this part right here. These ones are actually really clean. That painted gold is usually not as clean as that. So I'm very happy with this figure, with the little bit of QC issue I have. And the wrist thing is not a QC issue. It's just them, I guess, cutting back. But look at how beautiful this figure is. Two types of plastic that just make it look better. Like his abs are like a marbleized metallic plastic, accents of gold. The crotch, this chest plate, like little pieces are all sort of like the armor sort of sinks together color wise. It just looks so good, and their use of the paint is even better. Like the little accents, the gold here, the silver in the joint. Like it's really nice. Like you can really see the armor, how it's a different tone. I love it. Love this figure. Love the silvers, the golds, the sculpt work. You know, even the joints in here are gray as well. So good. I love the hips too. The hips have like almost like a translucent, marbleized, metallic look. Very nice. He does have a thigh swivel. I did forget about that. It does rotate there, which is nice. It's sort of like hidden. Doesn't break up the sculpt too bad, which is one of my little pet peeves. So really good. And then on the back, they continue with the gray, the gold, even more paint right there, and that sculpt work is insane. And now what makes him even better is, like, check this out. Flip this up, flip this up, flip this up. You can flip this up. So he's got like that whole air brakes or whatever you want to do, where you can turn and stuff like that. And if you can see, there you go. It's got like a honeycomb effect going on inside. It's on all the pieces, actually. And even these ones cover more paint. And I love this. A little thing like this makes a figure look even better. And you can display them even more in different ways. They fold up nicely. Like if I didn't show them to you, I'm sure a lot of people would just be like, oh, that's cool. But these actually lift up. It's awesome. Very awesome. And this can be plugged into his boot if you want him to have like a, you know, thruster coming out. Or plugs right into his palm. That one fell out. But yeah, so you can see how those things sort of plug in. Wow, pug like a dog. No, plug into the ports. And let me go ahead and get him sort of posed up. So I posed up Iron Man with sort of his thrusters or repulsor blast, or however you want to think of it, is sort of like pushing him, but then he has like these flaps up. I don't know. I just sort of like did everything. And then I have him sort of propped up on a old Toy Biz flight stand. So therefore his foot can be bent in those ways without actually having to be flush, sort of giving that look of momentum. And I mean, looks so good. So you can get him on his flight stand laying flat, and just sort of show how I have him. Well, as I guess he's not meant to be rotated like that, but I just sort of took a busted up Toy Biz flight stand and balanced him like so. Of course, both those flaps were open last time, but I mean, see, I added the thrusters to the boots. Let's get these flaps open here. I just wish his... Okay, done with that. Done with that. Either way, I just wish his head would be able to look up more. I don't. So you can bend his peg of his neck because he has the disc in there. So you can pop that up and you just pop the head on. You can sort of set it loosely on there. Then that gives him the angled head that we'd be looking for if he's flying and stuff like that. It's just sad that even when this is on, it doesn't get that movement. Puts a tear in my eye. So that sums up my unboxing and review of the Legend series first 10 years Iron Man. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, I want you guys to make sure you are checking out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. Both Facebook groups are down below. Feel free to join in, communicate, talk about toys, share pictures of your figures, collections, ask questions. I mean, that's what the groups are for. And then the second one, though, is primarily for pre-orders. If you want to take advantage of pre-orders at great pricing or even knowing what things are coming out, definitely join that group. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.